Alright guys, welcome to another F115 Zero to Hero career mode. This time out we're in at the Japanese Grand Prix in the Ferrari. Fernando Alonso, for the first time out of 2 attempts, we're going to be here in this car at Japan and Russia. And this time in Japan, so this is going to be quite a good try. This is towards the end of the season now. From the championship results back in, back last race, we're not far behind the Mercedes boys, but quite far back. We're trying to probably take P3 in the standings. I mean, if we can get P2 by beating one of the Mercedes guys, that would be an amazing job from us. But we don't know what we can do here. I mean, this will be just trying to do what we can for the next races. Got some good cars we're going to be driving. We've got the Ferrari to drive for the next 2 races. We've got the Williams, Red Bull, and the Mercedes. This is going to be quite interesting here. Here we go for qualifying. We've got to try and get up the order as much as we can. I think this will be quite a difficult circuit. I mean, it's all about power. I think Mercedes will be pretty quick. But we should be closer in this car. This is much more competitive than any other car on the grid. This is sort of the season where it gets more competitive. And it gets to the point where we can actually extract the performance out of the car more. Once again, this is for this career mode. I don't really do a lot of practice on 2014. I just go straight in. Don't do any practice for this. It's just my first lap in this car and just learning how the car drives and see how we go. But here we go into the first corner here and see what we can do. We're going to down to about 5th gear, down to 3rd gear for the first corner. We get a lot of understeer there. So I went too fast through the corner there. Not the best, but there we go into this section. This is quite fun actually. The car feels pretty decent through here as we just try and use as much of the road as possible. Clipping the cubs really nicely. I'm just trying to keep gentle on the throttle. You don't want to be like pushing the throttle too much. You want to try and just keep it steady, and then yeah, that's pretty good. First couple of turns we extend there, slight extend there, guys. Sorry about that. That's not the best of lines to take through there. But there you go. Here comes a double round. It's quite fun actually. Pretty nicely done. Now into the 3rd gear, just try and you have to slightly cut the corner a little bit to get the best exit, and a little bit of oversteer there, but not too bad. Not a bad run actually so far. Pretty decent lap, but this is a very difficult corner. Quite a long hairpin, a little bit of a lock up there, and we go a little bit wide off the apex there. It's not the best of lines to take through there, but not too bad otherwise. And this has been pretty clean so far. We've made a couple of mistakes, but that's to be expected anyway, because this car, I haven't hardly driven these cars before. And now down to the 4th gear, it's double right, double left-hander now, and this is quite fun as well. And on the 3rd gear, just trying to get the best exit off the straight. You want to get the best exit possible, if you do indeed get. And yeah, see what long, straight to the car. We've got 130R coming up, one of the most famous corners on the calendar in terms of F1 tracks, and here we're coming through to 130R. We are purple, obviously no one set a lap yet, only us. And now into the last couple of corners now. It's done the 2nd gear, get a turn in, pretty nicely done, and then there, and there you go, a little bit nice exit through there, and then a little bit of oversteer, try and shift up as quick as we can, so just limit the oversteer, and that's a lap round the Japanese Grand Prix. Did about 138 something, yeah, we did 138.3, so that's a pretty decent time from us. On pole position, 10th by Nico Rosberg, and let's see what we can do in the race, starting from pole position.
Welcome to one of this year's most challenging races, where the combination of high speed and complex corners makes this one of the drivers' favourite tracks. It's time for the Japanese Grand Prix. Let's look at the grid order for today's race while the cars make their final preparations.
So that's the grid for the Japanese Grand Prix, and here we are, starting on pole position, revving for 5 red lights at the Japanese Grand Prix, and here we go. Hopefully we can have a good start, and we are going to go revving for 5 red lights now. 1 light, 2 lights, 3, 4, and 5 lights, and we are lights out. Away we go. Not getting too much wheel spin to start, but a little bit bobbed down, as you can say, and then literally like Rosberg and Hamilton just storm past us in the start. We're going to go around the outside here. Can we hold it? No, we have to go off the track, and we're just going to give Hamilton the room there. And we're going right side by side with Hamilton. We're going forced off the track a little bit there. There you go. That's down at 3rd place now. That's not the best of starts we've had, but we're going to keep the Mercedes boys here. I think we've got the pace to try and keep these boys here, and if we can just keep up with them and keep them in their slipstream, we've got a good, definitely a good chance to actually win this race. I mean, in 3rd now, we cut the corner. They're trying to get an exit. Not the best of lines. I'm sorry, I might have to give up the position, Hamilton, but no, we've got the position from him, and we're going to go. And he, oh my God, I think we've crashed with Hamilton. Hamilton span. I don't know. I didn't cut him off. I think he went the inside and he just span on my side pod or whatever he did. But that I should have maybe gave him a little bit more room there in hindsight. But then again, that's not really a manoeuvre. You can't go up the inside in that corner. It's too shallow of a line, and in some ways you shouldn't really take that move. But up to 2nd place nonetheless. Hamilton's still in 3rd anyway. Okay, he's lost touch with us, but here we come. We're going to try and catch Rosberg now. Try and attack Rosberg as much as we can. Be quite difficult, I sense. And then we just get a lot of the understeer. Look at the understeer we get there, but we should be able to keep in the slipstream down the straight. We have a lot of pace actually in the first sector, particularly than over the AI. The AI tends to hook it up in the second sector, and that's the most important sector really, because it's quite complex. This long straight here, we're sticking in Rosberg's slipstream here. I'm going to try and just keep with him. If we can just keep with him and keep within DRS range, then we have a chance to win this race. He looks slightly there by the looks of it, and we're just trying to get a nice exit here off this corner. We do pretty nice. Stay, short lift into fifth gear, just trying to get the best acceleration possible. But that Mercedes gets a pretty decent acceleration for that corner. I'm just trying to keep him in Rosberg's slipstream here. If we can try, I mean, we're not going to be far enough and make an attack into the first corner, surely not. No, we're not going to make an attack. And down the third gear, we're getting quite close to him. This is a sector where we actually hook it up a little bit, and we just try and keep Rosberg. Rosberg holds position and just keeps with us. And look how close we get to his gearbox. Very close. If we can just hook it up round here, this would be pretty decent to overtake. If we can overtake round here, this would be fantastic. Yeah, look at that. We get a nice exit here. This is a nice exit. Get on the throttle really early, and yes, look at that. We've got a nice acceleration through that corner. Rosberg will still stay there. I think we're not going to be able to overtake him. We try and go to the inside. No, we're not going to do a Hamilton. But we'll still stay behind Rosberg at the moment. Down the third gear, flipping it pretty nicely. Rosberg gets a little bit out of shape, but this next corner is really difficult. This hairpin, I don't get it right. And we might have a little look at the inside, but no, we don't. And we lock up instead. So that's why. I mean, it could have been a risky move. We must go up the inside. I'm pretty desperate if we did that. But going on to lap 4 now, and we haven't really been able to get past Rosberg with the DRS yet. But this is a lap that we're really close with him. This is probably our best chance so far to get past him. We're hooking it up pretty nicely now. This section is pretty nice for us. Once again, as we saw last time out, and we get a nice little exit through there. We're right with Rosberg side by side. We're going to try and do what we did to Hamilton, but no, we're going to back out, let Rosberg go. We're going to go up the inside, switch back on him, and we're up the P1 in the race. And this would be fantastic if we keep this position. But I just sense Rosberg's going to be right with us. And look at this. This is a section that we actually struggle at. And we're going to get sort of lift off and go down second gear here. And Rosberg is right there in our mirrors. He's got a good chance to win this race still. Even though we're in the lead of the Grand Prix, we're still under pressure. And look at that, Rosberg is right with us at the moment. He might try and see if he can make a move into the next straight that comes up. And that would be an overtaking maneuver he could do. And double left-hander once again, clipping it pretty nicely. Now cutting onto lap 5. He wasn't able to make a move, but now he's on DRS zone. And he's having a nice little attack into the first corner. We're going to go up the inside, and we defend pretty nicely. He's got a little bit wider to back out of that. And we're still in P1. We're still defending at the last lap of the race. And it would be nice to keep this, keep this position and obviously win the race, because we need this for our championship. And obviously looking at Valtteri Bottas, he's in P3 in the championship at the moment. If we can beat him, obviously I don't know where he is, not in top 3, which would be good. But we'll be able to beat him this race. But we need to close the gap to the Mercedes boys, and if they keep finishing second, the third, they've still got this championship in the bag really. We're driving as one of them, probably at the end of the season, I would have thought. But anyway, go down the fourth gear, double right-hander once again. Down the first briefly there, not the best. Down the second, actually not the best. Got a lot of oversteer through there. And then here comes the airpin once again, quite slow. And this is where Rosberg will catch up to us. We've probably got nothing on Rosberg through this bit. The second sector is probably where we struggle the most. The AI tends to hook it up round here pretty nicely. Look at that, Rosberg's right in our slipstream. We might have a good chance to try and get past us. Let's see what he does. Not really close enough. Now on the fourth gear, double left-hander, we've got a little bit of understeer there, going off the track a little bit there. Just trying to get an exit through this last corner of the tyre wear sort of increased now, and Rosberg's right there in the slipstream. Going to make a move and let him have room. This is for first place of the last lap. He's got us pretty convincingly now, and we're taking him back in the slipstream. 130R now, and we'll try and make a move, but no, we can't go to the outside. Surely to the inside. We're going to switch to the inside, lift off, and up the inside, locking up, going quite deep, and we sort of nudged Rosberg off a little bit. We didn't load him off, but we sort of forced him off right a little bit. And there you go, across the line for the win at Japan, our second win of the season. And what an amazing race to do it at. Fantastic job from us, guys. That was an amazing race. On the podium once again, and that's fantastic. Thanks, guys, for watching this video. Please leave a like and subscribe for more wasted content on the channel. After you see the race results, I'll post the driver standings at the end of the video, so make sure you actually check out that at the end of the video. There'll be the driver standings updated. But there you go. Another win for us this season. 2 wins this season so far. Can we make it a third one next time out? That'd be fantastic. But what a race for us. 2 Mercedes boys next to us. Not the best sight to see. Obviously, we want to catch them, but there you go. That's the race result. And you see, Bottas down in 10th place. So we're actually beating pretty convincingly, and a lot of penalties being given out, particularly to Hamilton. So obviously, maybe Hamilton caused that incident with us earlier on. But thanks guys for watching, and be sure to catch the driver standings after this video. Thanks guys, I'll see you in a bit.